Hi everyone on YouTube, shadowsun here, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about transitions and community. If you are new to my channel, I discuss a little bit of everything, but primarily it's about my experiences as a pagan who is blind, also known as visually impaired. I also talk about my practice as a witch, and I talk a little bit about chronic illness in addition to blindness from time to time. So whatever you are here for, I thank you for being here, and I appreciate you stopping by and checking out my videos. So welcome to the channel. And I want to talk about transitions and community. Since the pandemic started, I've been considering a lot about transition and a lot about community because I found a lot of amazing communities online. I have found a lot of different things to discuss. For example, I found a small group that I discussed different aspects of paganism with, from everything from beliefs and our experience as a deity. And I've also found other online groups that we discuss similar things. I found groups for people with Crohn's disease. I found groups for all these different aspects of my life, and the transitions that I'm going through in my life parallel that. I'm looking for work still, which is a transition because I'm so used to doing school, even though it's been pretty much a year now since I've done school. But I have also just growing accustomed to learning how to network and learning how to do all of these fundamental professional things, which then leads me into my practice as a whole, because I found that my practice has grown in interacting with these communities. It's making me think about how much it's grown in the last 6 months and several months even before that, in terms of things that are really stationary in my practice, but also in terms of, say, for example, what my views on deities have been, how I view deity as a whole, as in my concept of the universe, the gods, and so on and so forth, have changed over the last several months interacting with these communities, which is making me transition in my own practice, which also makes me realize that certain core elements of my practice that have always been there, such as the connection to nature, the connection to the land, the connection to all these different aspects, are both falling away and coming together, and it's diverging. My path is diverging in ways I didn't even realize, but it's also coming together, like I said, in different ways. And these transitions have also correlated with, like I said, the different communities in my other aspects of life, and how I relate to these communities and how they correlate, and me being open about what I'm talking about in those communities. So as an example, what I talk about in the pagan groups is mostly paganism, but I feel like other aspects of life come into play right now, whereas before I wouldn't be as open to talk about different parts of my life. And even with this channel as well, I didn't think I would bring up having a chronic illness within this channel, because I don't really feel like it would fit. But at the same time, I realized that it is a part of me just as much as being pagan is part of me and part of my identities. And in addition to that, with these communities, it's also got me thinking about what it means for me personally to be pagan, and what it means to identify as pagan, and what it means to identify as witch, and what it means to, what those words mean for me, and what they've meant for me in the past were different. And because I'm coming up on almost a decade of practice next year, and it's really just gotten me to reflect. I apologize for the noise in the background. Neighbors are working on something. And it's gotten me to just reflect on what community means for me, because I didn't think I'd be part of any kind of group, whether it's a group I practiced with, let alone these communities influencing me in ways I didn't realize. And I feel like right now, having a community is a really good thing. And it's really got me thinking about the season. So for example, I'm wearing a sweater today. I'm someone who gets cold easily, and I don't have any problems mentioning it. But The reason I'm mentioning is because it really feels like winter where I am. It really feels like the season is changing. And I feel like us coming into the Yule season from the Samhain season, where the Samhain season is all about the ending of something and the beginning of something new, and not knowing what the new is, the unknown. And through this transition and through these communities, it's helping me realize the transition and making me have a pause for thought. And the weather and the seasonal shifts are making me realize how much I'm emerging from the transition and what I'm going to come out from that transition on the other side of it. So those are just some thoughts that I had. I also wrote a blog post, so you'll see that in the description bar below. If you've liked what you've heard and seen so far, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. I really would appreciate it. And I'm wishing you all a safe and happy holiday season. Many, many blessings to you. And may you all have a wonderful, wonderful and safe time. Many blessings.